life story of William Tyndale is more dramatic than any novelist could pen.
Betrayed by a friend, Tyndale was arrested for heresy by imperial authorities and imprisoned for over a year near Brussels. In 1536, William Tyndale was tried and convicted of heresy and treason. He was strangled and put to death, then burned at the stake.
And the apparent reason? His English translation of the Bible. Tyndale published his first edition of the New Testament in 1526. He ultimately succeeded in finishing the Pentateuch, the Book of Jonah, and some of the books of the Old Testament before being arrested and executed in 1536.
Theological Seminary. This is Gloria. How may I help you?
Good morning, Gloria. This is Nathaniel. How are you?
I'm doing good, and yourself?
I'm doing wonderful. I actually am calling out of state this morning in hopes to speak with someone that can maybe give me a little information about a man named William Tyndale, a prominent biblical figure. I'm doing a little research project. Need a little help.
Okay, well, why don't you hold on for a minute and let me see if our professor of history is in his office, and he might be the best one who could help you out with that. One moment.
Okay, thank you.
Mike Windsor here.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
I'm just fine.
Great. Well, my name is Nathaniel. I definitely don't want to take up too much of your time this morning, sir. I'm calling out of state. I'm a follower of Christ, and I've been doing a little research on a man named William Tyndale, and I figured I'd call a Bible school and talk to somebody, maybe get some additional information about him.
Well, I mean, Tyndale was early 1500s, translated the Bible from Greek to English during the Reformation era, and was killed for his Bible translation work. The King James Version relies heavily on Tyndale's English translation work. I mean, he was dead and gone when they did the King James Version, but it was one of the few Tyndale's work was one of the earlier English translations, and the King James translators will say at least read Tyndale's work and incorporated some of his translations at various points. So, you know, that's just an overview of Tyndale's life and ministry. Can I help you with more?
How would you describe the validity of his translations? And you mentioned Greek. I've also seen elsewhere the original Hebrew. Is that correct?
He translated the New Testament and did a little work in the Old Testament before he was killed, he was competent in translating from both the Greek and the Hebrew.
Okay. You said he was killed. I think I read about that. He was strangled and then burned at the stake.
Yes. You know, basically the King of England put a price on his head for his Bible translation work, and then he was, killed as a consequence.
Okay, and then in comparison to John Wycliffe's translations, is it correct in saying that, you know, comparatively, John Wycliffe translated the Bible from the Latin Vulgate to English versus Tyndale's translation of the original Greek and Hebrew into English?
There's probably some validity in that, where Tyndale went back to the original biblical languages. Wycliffe, in his day and age, would have been much more dependent on the Latin. You appreciate in the Middle Ages, all the medieval European universities used Latin as the language of scholarship. And, we'll put it this way, Wycliffe's an Oxford scholar, but Latin is the language of the classroom and the language of just about everything that they're reading. The European Renaissance brought one of the ramifications of the European Renaissance is that there's this resurgence of interest in reading ancient Greek literature. And, on one hand, a lot of that was reading ancient Greek philosophers like Aristotle and Plato, but obviously the New Testament is a significant piece of ancient Greek literature. And so the Renaissance, after Wycliffe's time, brings this resurgence of interest in reading the Greek. And so Tyndale gets back to the Greek New Testament, where there's probably the reality that Wycliffe is working mostly with the Latin Vulgate to translate the Bible into English.
Okay. Well, sir, hey, I really appreciate you taking my call and taking the time to talk to me. It means the world to me. Like I said, I am working on a research project.
You mentioned you were out of state,
yes,
but
sir.
if you should happen to have occasion to visit Virginia Beach, stop in, and you're welcome to use the academic material in our library.
Well, I would definitely love to, and it would be awesome to meet you one day in the future. I appreciate you sharing what you know about William Tyndale.
Okay, well, glad to help. Have a good day. God bless.
God bless you too, sir. Bye-bye. All right, everyone. I hope you enjoyed that phone call. Before I end this episode, I wanted to share some scripture with you from the King James Version, my King James Bible. And I actually recently purchased the Matthew's Bible in Old English and then a modern English print of the William Tyndale Old Testament. So in 2 Samuel chapter 11, verse 11 in the King James Version, it reads, "And Uriah said unto David, The ark and Israel and Judah abide in tents, and my lord Joab and the servants of my lord are encamped in the open fields." All right, and if you read the same verse in the William Tyndale Old Testament and in the Matthew's Bible, it reads this: "And Uriah said unto David, The ark and Israel and Judah dwell in pavilions, and my lord Joab and the servants of my lord lie in tents upon the flat earth." Now I'm going to leave these images on the screen. You guys, I'm probably going to leave some links in the description as well on William Tyndale so you can read more about him. I've been kind of looking into him these past couple of weeks. I was watching a video by Nathan Roberts. That is what sparked my interest in William Tyndale, because I had no idea who William Tyndale was until I watched this video. But he pointed this verse out to me, and I figured I'd share it with you guys with a little more information, the best I can and the best way I know how. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did and you want to see more like it, please hit that like button. It does show your support. Subscribe if you're new. Leave your comments. Let me know how you felt about this episode. And hope you liked The Office. I did some cleaning. There was a bunch of money on my desk in the last video I put out. But I hope you enjoy that. Again, the man who translated the Hebrew Bible into English literally wrote flat earth. In 2 Samuel chapter 11, verse 11, go check it out. Go to your library. That's what I did first, actually, before purchasing the book. So thank you guys so much again for watching. Stay tuned for my next upload. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss it, okay? And like I said, smash that like button for me. It does show your support. Blessings, everyone.